Toyota Tundra 2-month review. The Tundra is a very cool truck, man. I like having this for a daily. 1,893 miles on it. So I figured I'd give you guys a 2-month update and how this truck's performing. And it's a very comfortable truck, fits my family, fits my lifestyle pretty well. We take bicycles out on the trails with it. You know, I haul car parts with it. If I wanted to, I could tow a race car with this thing, but I haven't had a chance to do that yet. But it's a great truck. And I've had to, what I discovered after the fact, some of the quirks that that I still don't like about the truck. I went over that in the original 1-month assessment. So if you wanted to check that out, I'll give you guys the link to that video here. Also, we'll go over the things I've added to this truck. The bed liner, the running boards, the center console compartment, the dashboard cover. Those are the simple items that I've added on that seem pretty trivial, but for my use case, it makes a lot of sense. It's certainly going to be a truck that's going to be in my family for a little bit of time, so I want to make sure that I protect it. Oh yeah, the ceramic coating. So we'll talk about the ceramic coating here in a second. Cavernous. It's got lots of space for just sitting around, and it's a great place to be in. The issue I kept on getting into was there's limited storage underneath the seats. There's not really much you can do for storage over here. There's this big ginormous center console that you get with the limited edition. I think you get it with all the trims here, but when you open it up, you get this thing right here. You get this giant storage area, but it's just this big hole. So you can't really put a lot of things in here, because when you start putting things in here, they'll roll around and cause noise and vibration as you're driving down the road. Toyota did not think to give you a shelving or a storage tray to compartmentalize this. So I had to go on to Amazon, I think it was, or eBay, one or the other, and get this for myself. It probably cost me about $30-40, I think. But in a sense, this is a shelving that you can get. You can separate items like business cards. I have a flashlight in here. It even has a hole for your phone, so sometimes I put my phone here as it's charging. So I had to get that done, and that's a pretty poor design if you think about it. It probably would have cost them $10-15 to design that tray. I know in the long scheme of things that's probably a lot of money, but still, you're buying a limited trim truck that's close to $50,000 brand new. These types of amenities should not be an afterthought in this type of scenario. So I did that to the interior. I had to add my my running boards there, step sides. So it's easier for me to get in and out of, but more importantly, I got kids that are 4 years and 8 years old. And when you have kids that young, they have a hard time climbing in and out of the back of the truck. So as you can see, this makes it a little bit easier for them. I got my kid seat in the back here for one of them, but it's easy for them to get in and out of. And this is primarily the vehicle that I use to chauffeur them around, take them back and forth from school, all that fun stuff. So I added that piece in there. I live in a hot climate, so I added a dash mat over here, so that kind of helps me with protecting the dash from cracking in the heat. and you know, as it's always exposed to the elements, because this truck sits outside 24 hours a day. The factory had added the bed cover here, so that was great, but what they did not add was the bed lining. So I put, you know, this is called bullet lining, but essentially this is Line-X, you know, spray-on bed liner that we put on here, so it goes all the way inside. All the way inside, as you can see. I added this bar here. You can put like a 2x4 or something like that, cut down to size, but this was easier for me to put on and manipulate, because sometimes I put bicycles and things like that in there. It's almost like a cargo holder. This generic box that you see that I got from Home Depot, I use it to store stuff in the bed, so it doesn't go all over inside the bed. I added ceramic coating to it, so again, this is a brand new truck, so this is something that I'm going to leave outside, exposed to the elements. So because it's a brand new truck, I really felt bad about it being exposed to the elements, so I wanted to make sure I give it as much protection as I can.
And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I hope you enjoyed this 2-month experience with my Toyota Tundra. If you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.